Most common defect I see with electrical wiring is when a do-it-yourselfer is installing a light fixture or a ceiling fan, some type of fixture like that, and connecting the braided thinner wire to the house wiring, which is solid wire. Every light fixture I've ever seen is a thin braided wire. They are much thinner and different texture than your house wiring. You can see the difference here. When you look at an electrical cap, which is included in the light kit, they work by having a cone-shaped interior that's metal down there. And the theory is connecting two wires will wrap them together and connect them firmly. However, when you take a braided wire next to a solid wire and you start screwing those together, even if you do a little pre-twist, like most do-it-yourselfers probably give a little bit of a twist, you start screwing that on. At the end, if you give it a tug, you'll feel that the braided wire actually pops right out. And to look at it, what happened is the connector pushed down that braided wire, and it actually pushes it down further and further as it's biting onto the solid wire. You're left with something like that, which is a bad connection. And it actually comes loose often, meaning the light fixture won't operate or it could overheat. The better solution, like in the thumbnail, is to put the braided wire above the height of the solid wire. If that is higher, when the cap goes on, it will bite the braided wire first, start to connect onto that, and it should give a very, very good connection. I can actually feel more resistance now, and it's pre-wrapping and biting into the wires really good, and that's a good solid connection, and I'm tugging on those wires there and they are both firmly attached. So that's a good option for a do-it-yourselfer. Have the braided thinner wire extended further than the solid wire. The other option for a do-it-yourselfer, which is a good one, is to buy these quick connectors. Sold in every home improvement store. They're actually only a few cents more than the cheaper electrical caps, and they should be less intimidating for the do-it-yourselfer. They're really easy to install. So this one comes in a 2-wire system or a 4-wire system. Like I said, they're only a few pennies more than a typical old electrical cap. So if you pick up a package of these and you're wiring a light fixture, you literally just push the house wiring in, seat it all the way in. You can tell by the clear window there that you're seated all the way in, and that's tight, that's not coming out. And it is rated for braided wiring as well. Let's just give it a tiny little pre-twist so it's nice and solid there, and we get every single strand inside. And we gently push those in, and I can feel that resisting. Make sure that goes all the way in, and then look at the window, and I do see the wire there all the way seated to the bottom. So those 2 wires are now permanently fastened. You can fold it into your box in your house, tuck the wires back in, and you are good to go. I bet you can do it yourself.